Hey. Hello guys, welcome
Hello
to live
everybody.
broadcasting Mindset Mondays with me, Jeff Vogt, your host of Tap Into Your Genius, and Angel RIBO, coach of over 1,500 CEOs.
Thank you.
Host on Mindalia TV.
Yes.
Right, with over 850,000 subscribers. How many do you have now?
927,000 last time I checked.
Yeah, and the last time I checked, it was 850,000, and that wasn't that long ago. It was like
A month ago. A month ago,
3 weeks ago or something.
Yeah.
Okay, here. I'm going to
Absolutely.
tilt up a little bit because I'm sitting taller or you're sitting shorter. So
Yeah,
now,
you didn't put a pillow under me today.
whatever. Okay.
It would be okay with me.
So we're talking about mindset today.
Yes.
Mindset Mondays, how we can radically shift our mindsets so we can really become the person that we were meant to be, and tap into some genius techniques on how to do so. Also, this is about that I'm announcing membership. People can join and become a member of the Tap Into Your Genius membership site and course. Will be coming up, and we're looking for actually founding members, people who would like to be a part of this. You'll be able to get this at a rate that will not be offered again, and so we'd love to have you. You have some wonderful benefits, and if you just click the link on your screen, you can find out how. So anyway, let's start with mindset, Angel.
Thank you. Absolutely.
Okay, so as I said, Angel has been a coach to over 1,500 CEOs, but I also want to add something else that he does that I really like, in that he is the founder of Wisdom for Kids, and this charity he created is designed to help empower children by teaching them entrepreneurship and kids throughout Latin America, empowering them out of poverty and into success, or be able to take care of themselves financially and their families through entrepreneurship. So welcome, Angel.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Yeah, let me say something before I forget, because
Okay,
it's today is August 27th, it's Monday, and September 1st, if I may, I would like to make an announcement. On September 1st, so this upcoming Saturday, we are organizing the first ever marathon. So it's going to be a marathon, not for running. It's a marathon because we would like you, all of you, to be there just to share your stories with your kids. So basically, we are having a marathon of 10 minutes Facebook Live interviews the entire Saturday. I'm actually starting at 4 a.m., so I'm able to cover also my home country, which is Spain, until midnight on Saturday. 10-minute Facebook Live interviews all day long with anybody that wants to share how they would like to empower kids, how they have empowered their own kids, how they have empowered maybe the kids of their relatives, their friends. Whoever wants to say something about kids, I'll be there for you. I think that we have to create awareness about the importance of educating the kids today, and as he said, we go with Wisdom for Kids, we go to Latin America all the time to empower underprivileged kids. Thank you, Jeff.
You're welcome, man. You're welcome. All right, so that's starting this Saturday.
Absolutely.
And how can people view this?
People absolutely. It will be broadcasted live from my account, Angel RIBO. Okay, it's very easy. You look for me. There's going to be a face on that profile that looks really, really like me. Okay. So, and then from very early in the morning, I will be broadcasting all those 10-minute interviews with people from all over the world, literally all over the world. So it's very easy to sign up. You just go to my page, to my profile, and you will see that there's an event created for this upcoming Saturday, and you will see there that there is a place where you can click, and there's a link to my marathon scheduler or calendar.
Yes.
And you will see there that there's still a few spots available, and then just click there and you will receive all the instructions.
All right, so viewers can come and be interviewed and
Absolutely.
talk about how
Absolutely.
impacted children in a positive
The
way.
idea is that I want to have as many people as possible on Saturday. We would like at Wisdom for Kids just to share their stories about kids. As many stories as possible. That's what this upcoming Saturday is about, September 1st. On Facebook Live, again, my name is Angel RIBO. Dallas, Texas, actually it's Plano, Texas. You will see my profile very easily. Thank you, Jeff.
You're welcome. Well, let me start with a question. I'm going to start with the second question first, because you just talked about kids.
Okay.
So we're talking about mindset. So as a father, what is one of the most amazing mindset changes you've seen in one of your children? And what caused it? What was the story?
Wow. one of my children, like from Wisdom for Kids, or my own children?
One of your very own children.
Okay.
Your own.
Thank you. So I have 3 kids, 18, 10, and 8, boy, girl. Well, definitely I would have to say my 10-year-old, he was 9-year-old, and I decided to take him with me to a very poor area in the mountains of East Mexico. Okay, so it was the first time ever that I was taking him, not on a trip, but on a trip with my foundation, which is Wisdom for Kids. So he came with me. I remember when we arrived in Mexico City, we took a bus, we didn't rent a car, and then it was a 5.5 or 6 hours ride or bus ride to that place. We got to that small village, and it was rainy, it was foggy, and there was this farmers market set up. And you know, as there was this farmers market, as you know, in any farmers market, there's a lot of, let's say, produce that is on the ground because it's been there for the entire day, and all these different things. So when my kid, I was with him, like showing him around, when he saw all this poverty, all this dirt, you know, all those different animals eating all this dirt on the ground, and also as it was raining, actually the farmers market that was like open air had become like covered, and all the different posts or booths were actually covered one next to the other, so there was rain pouring all over the place. And when we got to the restaurant, we were going to have a dinner together, he said, "Daddy, I don't like this place. Daddy, I've seen things on TV, but that doesn't relate to anything else I've ever seen. I want to go home tonight." That was the first evening that we got to that place. Because obviously it was a very, remote area, but very underprivileged area, right?
Right.
But every Sunday they have the farmers market. So I said, "Hey, Angela," that's my son, my 9-year-old, 10-year-old now. I said, "Angela, don't worry. Tomorrow it's going to be different. The sun is going to shine. We're going to meet with all those kids. We're going to go to that particular community, to that area, and you will be involved in delivering that workshop to those kids.
Yeah.
I guarantee you it's going to be completely different to you. So just hang in here with me and we'll see what happens." I can tell you that this trip changed the life of my kid forever. We are used to live in a super developed world with cell phones, with electronics all over the place. Even in the school today, you rely completely on computers. We think that we have everything, we've seen everything. Not true. Not true. I get requests all the time from families that want to go with us to Latin America to see the reality of what all those kids are going through, all those families, all those places in the world. So probably, definitely, that's one of the most touching stories I can tell you about a particular circumstance that changed the life of my kid forever.
So in terms of what he learned on that trip, what have you seen that maybe has changed since he's come back to the United States?
Well, number one, he values everything much more. Because he also took, it's funny because he bought some meteorites.
Right.
From one of the local, from one of the local, let's say farmers or neighbors. They were selling meteorites outside the pyramid, zone. Yeah. And so he's always anchored to that place. He's anchored to that place. Those meteorites, he still has the collection at home. He's anchored to that place. So every time that he complains or he's going to complain about something, I just have to mention the name of the place that we were together, and his mind changed immediately. In the beginning he was afraid, but actually I empowered him so much to help me deliver the workshop to those kids that he became a hero. Just yesterday I was interviewing two of the volunteers, 2 teachers in that area, and they were telling me that one of the things that the kids in need were remembering from my kid is that he was a hero because he was able to interact with them, he was able to deliver the booklets to them about our workshops, booklets about entrepreneurship. Right. He was able to, he was using a cell phone to take pictures from the different workshops. So absolutely, I mean, that's a life-changing experience.
As a father, how did that change you?
Well, I have to confess that at the beginning I was afraid of taking him with me because, I can deal with anything, right? And it's, I mean, we have to remember that unfortunately there are, and there are areas in Mexico, unfortunately, you know how it goes. there's some, violence in some areas, and there's a lot of people that had been, unfortunately, have died in the last few years. So I was concerned, but I still took him because I wanted him to feel absolutely everything. So the first thing, the number one thing that changed for me as a father was, oh my God, this can change the life of so many kids immediately, like from the first world country. Mm-hmm. This can be like a therapy kind of thing. Yeah. All those kids here that have so many things. And obviously, we try to give our kids as much as we can, right? We're here, we don't pick, as kids, we don't pick, it's supposed to be that as kids we pick the parents and not the other way around. I've heard that from many people, very high, highly advanced people. So I think that we are here to empower our kids. So what is best? What is better for us as parents than to inspire our kids going to a place where everything is going to be different? And that particular place, that's the second lesson. The place where we went together is a place in which, although there are 95% of the population of that place lives under conditions of poverty, they're extremely wealthy people. You know why?
Why is
because whatever you look at around, when you go out of the village, there's trees of any sort of fruit, peppercorn, cinnamon, coffee, sugarcane, you name it. Mm-hmm. It's a wealthy area. It's like in the middle of the jungle kind of thing in the mountains. But all the locals obviously, they live out of, this wealthy place. So that allowed me also to realize myself that we are so far from our connection from nature. And also our kids. Sure. We're so far. We think that we don't even think of the farmers every time we eat an apple. We don't think of, so many people behind all the produce that we eat every single day at home. And it's so important for them, so that was a second very important lesson that I think that every single kid should learn every day. And us as parents to remind our kids to do that.
I want to ask you a question. You've traveled to Latin America a number of times on these trips to help empower these children. But the first thing I'd like to ask is, when you go there, how have their mindsets, the way that they think, changed you?
Well, I remember the first time very well because we were testing it, proof testing it.
Right, yeah.
And we had been for 2 years with a very seasoned, educator in Mexico, thinking about our workshop. So the first time I started to perform before the kids, I didn't know what the reaction was going to be. But the best thing I can tell you today is that I felt relaxed immediately because kids are just magic. They're natural. They don't fake it as we do every day. We tend to have 1, 2, 3, 4 different faces depending on who we speak to. That's the reality. They're not. They're natural. They are natural. That's who they are. So, we really don't have to, so as soon as we started with the games, with the songs, with everything,
yes,
they were just following us. It's so easy. So they've changed me in the way that, oh my God, I don't have to be so complicated. I just have to take all those different layers of onion around my personality and around my things that I pretend to be or pretend to do. Oh my God, Angel, stop it. Stop it. Life is much more simple. Those kids, those families in those mountains, remote areas, that they have everything around them and they can eat all those, amazing things that we will never eat here because there are so many steps before they get to the US, right? Oh my God, Angel, just be yourself. Those kids are natural. We should all be kids again. That's why, do you know anybody who acts like a kid? And then we say, oh my God, he is senile. Is the word?
Okay, yeah,
is the word
yeah.
senile right?
Right.
Okay,
yes,
so
yes.
We tend to think that when someone dresses weird or dresses differently or says different things that only kids say, he's weird. Oh no, he's definitely more close to what he really is. He's closer to his bone. You know what I mean? There's no layers of meat around him. Right. So that's definitely something, when you go to those places, you are faced with reality and you realize that there's so much happiness besides the poverty in first world terms.
Okay. Well, I'd like to take a break momentarily, and we'll come back here in just a minute.
Of course.
But if you guys want to check out Angel's charity, it's wisdomforkids.today. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Where you can find out, learn more about the organization and how you can give. We're going to start part 2 in just a moment. We're going to talk about what I think is something that is forgotten, is that I think that kids have what geniuses have, and that's that they have that childlike curiosity, and that's how I think they're able to think in such amazing ways. And perhaps they don't worry so much about what society has taught them or their parents have taught them. They're fully themselves, which I think that's how children are. Mm-hmm. So we're going to talk about that in just a minute when we come back, okay? And just check the links on your screen, and we'll be back here in 2 minutes with part 2. Okay? Thank you.